Hi everyone. So I've been using this AirPods Pro second generation for over 2 months now, and I think they are a huge upgrade over the first generation. I have already compared them with the first generation, so if you want to check that video, I will link it somewhere here. But in this video, I'm just going to talk about my experience of using them every day in the gym and office. I'm not an audiophile, so it's going to be more or like average Joe perspective. But this is someone who listens to music every day. Maybe not be able to tell you the technical details, but you can relate to me. I'll start with the sound quality, and if I'm being completely honest, I was not expecting this big of improvement. I know many people still ask me whether they should get this one or the first generation, and I always tell them if sound is your highest priority, it's worth spending extra on these. The sound has been improved so much that I actually sold my Bose NC700 and I'm just using these. Before that, I was only using my AirPods Pro to the gym or when I was traveling because they're easier to carry. But I did not use to listen to music every single day or full time. They did sound okay, but they were not as great. I mean, it's okay if you're watching movies and the spatial audio was fine. But the thing is, the sound suppression was not very good. So you could see that there is sometimes the sound is kind of muffled on first generation AirPods. The second generation sounds so much better, fuller, and the sound suppression is really good. Even the bass has been improved a lot. I think the new driver with H2 chip and the AI is making the bass well balanced. I mean, you can actually separate it from the music no matter if you're listening into the low sound or high volume. The bass is actually really good. And if I talk about volume, they are actually much louder than the previous generation. And also, if you're listening to Apple Music, the Apple Music 30% is like equivalent to Spotify 50 or 60%. So if you have Apple Music and you can listen to the lossless audio, they sound so much better as compared to Spotify. Yes, they do not support lossless audio, but you can actually tell the difference. And if you turn on the spatial audio in fixed mode, you can really tell the difference between the low ends, high ends, and the bass. I'm not someone who uses spatial audio with songs. It is okay for movies, but I prefer the song in the normal stereo sound. But there are certain songs that actually sound better with the spatial audio. So I would say do set up the personalized spatial audio and test it with some songs. So in short, they do sound amazing and I will definitely recommend someone who's going to use it every single day in office or gym. Although I will not recommend someone who uses treadmill a lot because you will feel like they will fall out even if they don't. Which reminds me to talk about the fit of these. I mean, they are very comfortable. I can easily wear them to 4 to 5 hours, which I usually do because I have to take a lot of calls in the day. Now you also get the extra small tips, so if you have smaller ears, they are covered. For me, the medium fits best, and I think these medium fits much better than the first generation for me. And there is one more thing that can actually enhance your experience of comfort, that is going to be the transparency mode. The transparency mode on the first generation was already good, but it has been improved a lot on this. I mean, sometimes I actually forget that I'm wearing them when the transparency mode is on. So there is adaptive transparency as well. So when you're walking down the road, I mean, there are a lot of honking and auto or car sound, but they reduce it down so you will only listen to the sound that is actually going past through you, but otherwise you can just listen to the music. Even at home, when someone is talking to you or there is a doorbell ringing or even your cat's dropped something, those are the only sound you'll be able to hear, but rest of the super stuff you won't hear. So I think the transparency mode has been improved a lot. But if you do not want to listen to the world, because why would you want to, you can use the ANC on these phones, and they are one of the best ANC, not even on TWS, but I can say better than most of the headphones as well. The active noise cancellation on these one are amazing and it has been improved as well. So if you turn on the ANC and your audio volume is on 40%, you won't be able to tell there's anyone around you. Like, it can suppress mostly every sound. So I've been using them for 2 months. I haven't taken a trip on a plane, but otherwise I have wore them in the car, in the back seat. I'm in the loud traffic, in auto as well. The ANC works beautifully. I can't say it's like twice as better than the first generation, but they are definitely improved. So before talking about that one major flaw, I want to talk about some small features that has been added to these AirPods. They look identical, but you have like some small features, like you have new speakers here. So whenever you want to find the case, even the AirPods, if not them, you can actually track the case because the case itself has a chip in it. There is one downside to it, but I will talk about that later. Also, you have this new like loophole, so you can attach the string directly. You don't need a case for that. Also, there is a volume control on the stem itself, which I think the best implementation on these AirPods. I mean, I've used a lot of TWS, but these work perfectly fine. You never accidentally increase or decrease the volume, like your Galaxy Buds. I mean, I don't know whether you have used them or not. So that is a very nifty feature, and it actually works really great when you're in gym and your phone is not around. Okay, so far everything sounds good. I feel like a salesman that I'm trying to sell them. But what is that one major flaw? I think the battery life on these are not very good. It's actually worse than the first generation, but I will tell you, it's not about the AirPods, it's about the case itself. So when you're using the AirPods, you can get around 5 to 5.5 hour of usage from the AirPods with ANC on and from 50 to 70% volume. That's perfectly fine. If you're on calls, you can get around 4 hours of total talk time using these. That is also fine as well. But when you charge them, it takes a lot of battery in standby. I don't know why, whether it is because of that new chip that is going to send the percentage every single time. That is one another issue. So they are always on, sending your battery percentage to the phone. And another issue is when you turn on that optimized charging, to fill that percentage from 80 to 100%, they actually take sometimes 17 to 20% of battery. So basically they will just give you the double battery life. So if you get 5 hours from the AirPods and fully discharged, you only get 5 more extra hours. So it will just make it 10 hours. I don't know what is the issue. It is because of the optimized charging or the new chip inside. But when I turn off the optimized charging, they only take 6% to charge my AirPods from 80% to 100%. So if I do the calculation right, you can actually charge your AirPods with this case for over 3.5 times, and which is perfect. So that will make your overall battery from 22 hours to 26 hours, depending upon the ANC and the sound, which is perfect. And that's what I'm expecting from these. But I cannot actually turn off the optimized charging because that will reduce the battery health of these AirPods drastically. So I don't know whether it's the firmware issue or it's because of the chip, but that's the only issue I've been facing every single day. So if I'm turning off the optimized charging, they work great. But if I turn it on, like, it takes almost 20% to charge that 20% of AirPods, which doesn't make sense to me. I think that is the major issue I found with these. I mean, apart from that, you might face some sort of connectivity issue switching between the Apple devices. I wish it had that matte finish so it doesn't get scratched easily. And the mic quality has not been improved a lot. By the way, if you want to listen to that mic quality difference from the first and second generation, I have compared that in the first video, so you can check it here. But I think that was the only gripe I have with the AirPods Pro. Let me know if you're using them, you're facing the same issue. And if you're planning to buy them, I think you should wait for this to be fixed. If you have any other question, you can ask me in the comment box and let me know if I forget something. Do like if you actually enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to watch my future videos. But otherwise, thank you for staying here. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.